Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, yes, you can probably tell, still having a little bit of a hard time breathing. Can't take huge deep breaths yet, but I'm sitting up at least, which is a good start. And again, I just want to thank everybody so much. I've gotten so many emails, so many text messages, so many prayers, so much love. It's overwhelming and I really do appreciate it. Don't worry, I am resting while I'm doing a video. I'm not doing it like I normally do. I'm taking a long time to do them. And I'm letting Angelina take over the travel part of the business for another week or so while I recuperate. So again, I just want to thank everybody out there. But there is some stories in the cruise news, including a cabin that we are starting to get some sneak peeks at coming out on the brand new Regen Seven Seas Prestige. And wait till you see this thing and the perks that it comes with. And yeah, they're right, the price tag that it comes with as well. The Valiant Lady from Virgin, she's back in the news, she's continuing to have some engine issues. We have a woman who complained to Carnival Cruise Line brand ambassador that she was totally humiliated and embarrassed by a waiter, a maitre d' in the main dining lounge. And she was totally devastated how humiliated she was. We'll find out what exactly happened there. And then finally, I don't get it. Some people think cruise lines don't have security. So much so that if you have an open warrant out for your arrest, they think, oh well, I won't fly, but I'll get on a cruise ship. That'll work, right? So our first story, let's talk about a woman from Wyoming. 64-year-old woman. She was, or is, allegedly responsible for embezzling thousands upon thousands of dollars from a local church in Wyoming. Well, knowing she probably can't fly with an open warrant on her name, she decided, well, I'm going to do the next best thing and I'm going to take an Alaskan cruise instead. Well, yeah, okay. And she got to Alaska, and Alaska went, oh yeah, there's a warrant out for your arrest, and they arrested her on the spot, and she's now locked up in Ketchikan, Alaska, and the Wyoming Sheriff's Department is kind of talking amongst each other, hey, who wants to go and get her? Who wants to go and visit Alaska and bring her back to Wyoming, which is kind of funny. What I thought was funny about this is we didn't hear about this on the police report or anything like that. We heard about this because the sheriff made a video about it. So even he's kind of wondering, why do people with open warrants under their name think that cruise ships are any different than crossing the border or flying? They have the same security system. It's still border control, folks. It's still border control. Next, let's talk about the Valiant Lady. Just recently, she had to change one of her itineraries. Instead of going to Grand Turks, they ended up going someplace else. Well, now the upcoming cruise on the 15th of June, just a couple days away, yeah, they're no longer going to Costa Maya. Instead, they're going into Cozumel, and it does plainly stay this time for engine repairs. Cozumel has a much bigger port and a much bigger repair system than Costa Maya would. It's more of a tourist area that they kind of built up for it, where Cozumel is an actual port and has tons of shipping and tons of repair shops, etc. there to work on cruise ships. They have the industry to work on it. So hopefully this is the last time we have to say that the Valiant Lady is changing her itineraries. The good thing is that many people were happy that they're going to Cozumel instead of Costa Maya, because there's a lot more to do in Cozumel than there is in Costa Maya. So yeah, I guess it might be a win-win. Most people kind of thought it that way. Next, let's talk about the cruise ship. Regen Seven Seas Prestige, which will be debuting in 2026. And they are just introducing the Skyview suite on board. Now, I did a room tour when I moved into this house. It's 3 floors, including the basement, which is partially finished. It's a 4-bedroom house. And the square footage of this house is 3,000 square feet. The cruise ship cabin on this ship is 8,800 square feet. 2.5 times, nearly 3 times the size of a 4-bedroom house, including a finished basement. That's incredible. That's wild. Now, some of the amenities. Well, first of all, it has a foyer. Not just a hallway to get into your cabin. It has a grand foyer when you walk in. It has multiple bedrooms, multiple living rooms. It has a spa with a floating tub, a sauna, and a place to get massages in your own cabin. It also has a skylight, wall-to-wall windows. It has luxury, luxury, luxury written all over it, everywhere you look. What are some of the perks that it comes with? Well, first of course, you're going to have your own butler. You're going to be waited on left and right. You have, spa anytime you want. You just call down and you can have a massage. You can have a treatment. You can get your hair done anytime you want. Every time you go into a cruise port, you'll have a private car with chauffeur to take you wherever you want it to go. At every port, not just 1 or 2, every single port. That is pretty high-end, right? High-end. Now, if you're wondering how much this would be, well, it's $25,000 US. And you go, well, okay, $25,000, that's pretty expensive, right? I mean, the average balcony cabin mini suite would be around $5,000. So how long is the cruise? Is it a 4-day cruise, a 7-day cruise? It doesn't sound that bad if it's a 7-day cruise for all that luxury. No, 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 no. We're talking per night. We're talking $25,000 US per night. So if you were to take a 10-day Mediterranean cruise, it would cost you a cool $250,000 for 10 days in this luxury cabin. Now I know there are people out there with this kind of money. I'm not one of them. Nowhere near one of them. But I can just, if I won 70, I'd have to win $70 million, right? You couldn't just win like 4 million, because spending $250,000 out of your 4 million to go on a cruise for 10 days, probably not a bright idea. But if you won $70 million, well, maybe that's not such a big hit, right? For one in a lifetime luxury trip. Or you could, call up some of your rich friends and ask them, hey, say, Mark Zuckerberg, you think you could loan me some money to go on a cruise, buddy? I promise I won't delete my Facebook account. Wow, that's crazy. And finally, let's talk about the woman who was absolutely humiliated by a Carnival maitre d'. That's right, humiliated. She called it, and she wrote into John Hill and said she was utterly devastated and embarrassed and has never felt like this before. John Hill went, oh my, I wonder what happened. So he investigated and then had kind of a little chuckle to himself, because what happened was, when the lady was on her way out of the dining hall, the maitre d' met her at the door entrance and slowly and kindly and politely kind of moved her over to the side wall and politely asked, excuse me, ma'am, would you please put the Carnival number from the table, as well as the ornament, decorative ornament on the table that somehow mysteriously, unluckily fell into your purse, if you would mind, putting it back on the table. So what she was really saying is that she was totally embarrassed, that she's not a very good thief, and that she was caught red-handed, which is hilarious to me. And even John Hill says, I say the same thing. When people go into a hotel room and they steal things like the remote control, toilet paper, all the soaps and everything in the stateroom, the toothbrushes, sometimes the hair dryers, anything that's basically not nailed down. And I didn't think stealing a table number, or even, what are you doing stealing an ornament from the table? I don't get it. There's plenty of souvenirs to buy. Plenty of souvenirs on a cruise ship to buy. You do not need to steal the table number from your cruise. Well, let me know in the comment down below. Are you pretty awestruck at how much $25,000 a night will get you? I think like the room and the ship itself looks beautiful, and the service I imagine will be top notch. But if I ever get to the point where I have that kind of money, whoa, I'm telling you, and just living life to my fullest. And maybe even on that cruise ship, because wow, $250,000 for 10 nights. Would you do it? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.